Yo, what's up guys? You got pokeaim here with some more relevant competitive Pokemon Sun and Moon news, and this one's pretty huge. Apparently dark types are immune to any prankster move that targets it. So, shout out to Altamara as always. I will link this thread down below in the description. This is pretty crazy though. But here's what we see. You have Liepard using Prankster Thunderwave versus Alolan Rattata. Alolan Rattata is normal and dark, and it says it doesn't affect the wild Rattata. And this has been tested multiple times, and that's crazy to think that dark types now have immunity to prankster moves such as Swagger, such as Thunderwave, just to name a few relevant prankster moves that Klefki, Liepard, Thundurus all use. Now we're actually going to go on to Showdown real quick, and I'll show you 3 relevant dark types that are very much affected by this, at least in singles. First off, we have Weavile. Weavile no longer has to worry about being Thunderwave by Klefki, by Prankster Klefki, or by Thundurus. Obviously, Thundurus is usually picked off by Arshard, but Weavile doesn't have to worry about that now. Weavile can straight up click knock off if it wants to, expecting a switch, or even knocking out the Thundurus or going for Icicle Crash, and Klefki can no longer Thunderwave it in Generation 7. Next up is Bisharp. Bisharp is another Pokemon that no longer will be Thunderwaved by Thundurus. A lot of ways that Hyper Offense would deal with Bisharp was Thunderwaving it. At least to slow it down, that way something else could come out and deal with it, or at least try to get some full pairs versus Thundurus. Bisharp would have to play some mind games versus Sucker Punch versus Knockoff. But now, though there'll still be mind games with clicking Thunderwave to avoid Sucker Punch, it won't affect Bisharp at all. And Bisharp has, I think in that case, the option to get the 50-50s right. Also, Pokemon like Hydreigon won't be Thunderwaved by Klefki. Obviously, these are things that I feel still have to do with VGC. Like, a lot of the nerfs they've been doing have a lot to do with VGC. Swagger and Thunderwave were something that was ran a lot. And I'm assuming they just wanted to make it that Liepard couldn't Swagger opposing Liepard, or couldn't Thunderwave opposing Liepard. Just at the top of my head, that's one thing I can think of, one example. Another very scary example is DD Dragonite, wow. Ooh, no. Well, DD Dragonite's pretty scary sometimes. But DD Mega Gyarados, a lot of hyper-offensive teams, their way of dealing with DD Mega Gyarados was probably sacking him on, bringing out Thundurus, and getting off a Prankster Thunderwave in order to slow it down. Either get the full para, then knock it out in the following turn with a Thunderbolt, or allow another member on the team to be able to deal with it. But now, DD Gyarados just got a whole lot scarier for hyper-offense to deal with, where Thundurus no longer has its role of being that prankster stopper that can stop Pokemon like Gyarados, for example. Also, another example is that Gyarados can also Dragon Dance up in front of Taunt Thundurus. Thunderbolt does not knock out Mega Gyarados from full, never. And, well, I guess if it's Specs or something like that. But it doesn't usually knock out Mega Gyarados from full. It's pretty bulky. It's only 2 times effective. And Gyarados can just Dragon Dance in front of that. So prankster moves do not work on dark types, and that's huge. I do want to know your thoughts. Leave them down below. And yeah, that's going to be it, guys. Goodbye, friends.